I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need to know?
P. Diddy likes to party. And people like to file lawsuits. Let's jump right into it, man. Another lawsuit has been filed. Today we're going to talk about 2 things. The new lawsuit by an accuser who has a crazy story that happened in 1996. And today we're also talking about shining some light on the Diddy, on his Diddy situation. Here we are. Another lawsuit, another crazy story. These stories seem to be piling up, RJ.
I'll say this. The last story we talked. No, the last case you highlighted in the previous show was unbelievable. In the sense that it was not believable. Because if it is true, then that would mean that everyone should go to jail. The parents should go to jail. And guys, if you don't know, check out episode 210 if you want to know exactly which one I'm talking about. We also have a Diddy segment. Also a Diddy show.
Yeah.
But before we proceed, before we dive into this particular lawsuit, guys, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification icon as well. We would really like to thank you for your support. Also, we like the fact that you're commenting. And as you know, we've been highlighting the top comments in the past couple of shows. So if you have a hot take, please drop it. And if we determine that it's the best take of the week or of the show, it has a chance of being mentioned in a future show. KaiR.
Yes, the new Diddy accuser is suing him for $5 million, and you wouldn't guess for what it is. It has nothing to do with any intercourse, but it is assault. Diddy, I don't know if he actually needs to fight this. My bad. Fair use.
Says, he's following you. And I didn't think of it as a threat. Next thing you know, we're in front of Herald Square. It's about 1 a.m, and his bodyguard pulls his sports car and runs me off the road. So now I'm on an island, the trooper, and we get out of the vehicle. Lance gets out of the vehicle, but that's the moment we realized he was not alone. It was not just Puffy and bodyguard. There were 4 other cars. They were loaded with guys. The next thing I hear is pop, pop, and then Lance says, gun, gun, and it's all going down at the same time. And for the life of me, how I got teleported out of that situation, I don't know. But I jump back in my truck. Lance jumps back in the truck. I jump over the island. Now it's a hasty car chase. I'm on sidewalks. I'm going down one ways. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. There's not a lot of traffic, but the traffic that was there, I was able to basically escape this guy and his goons. That's what happened that night.
It's an incredible account, and it's very detailed as well. So I'm assuming that you've included all of these details in the lawsuit. The only question I have for you, DeWitt, is that the statute of limitations on assault is usually about a year. How are you going to get past the fact that this is decades now?
Well, the way to bring a case into court past the statute of limitations, if you're not SA'd, sexually assaulted with the New York state laws, is new evidence. And as of recent, a few months ago, I'm in touch with, there were 2 people with me in the truck, by the way, and I I have not had contact with them. But recently I was in touch with Lance Calfé. Lance Calfé was my security in the truck at the time. And so we've all been intimidated, quite frankly, by Puffy and his money, and his name changes and all of his goons and security and his fan base. And so two things. Number one, I got back in touch with Lance. He gave full testimony to the event that night. He's never given full testimony. Number two, as I said, not just me, but many people have been intimidated by this guy's power and influence and his money, and not for nothing, but he could wipe me out in no time, with that much power. So I was afraid, to be honest with you. But ever since he's been locked up now we have the federal government on our side. We feel protected. We're no longer afraid. And I speak for all the victims, whether it's Cassie or Natanya Rubin or who got shot in the face by him or any of Diddy's victims. I'm here to speak out for them. So in terms of not coming forth, I just feel safe now to come forth and tell my story. And that's really what it is, just standing on my truth.
KaiR.
Well, DeWitt, I'm really appreciative.
The question was, how are you going to get past the statute of limitations? He didn't answer the question. No one was asking you about your truth. They were asking about how you're going to pass the statute of limitations. I'm going to bet you I bet you he has something else to sell. A book, a movie, a song. Something's coming because he didn't answer the question. So everyone's looking for a come up, or maybe a come higher up. Oh, I knew it. I knew it, guys. I didn't know this isn't rehearsed.
No.
I literally.
You
So
didn't know.
KaiR does the preparations together with the producer. So hey, I didn't know. So he has a book. I knew it, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
ain't no better way to promote your book when you want it. So the first time I've heard of this story is a couple of weeks ago. I happened to be watching Star's show, and this guy calls in. Stars knows of him because he basically triggers the guy to tell the story again. Apparently, maybe I told it before on the show. He tells this story. You know how Star is. He'll try to put the heat to your feet to see whether you can test. You can walk past the test, or at least the minimum bar. Well, after that, I was like, I don't know if I can believe this story. Even if it's believable, again, like you said, it's very old. It's 1996. But I guess, like you predicted, it's probably using this just to promote the book. There ain't no better way to promote the book than this one.
It
Yeah.
is. It's clear. So I'm an attorney. So that's the first thing I thought. And then the woman asked the reporter asked the question, and he didn't answer the question.
No, he
Talking
didn't.
about your truth. Oh man, I know it. Sometimes KaiR, I mean, you predict certain things, but I do as well. So
Yeah, you can. You do. So that's the great thing about the great two predictors. If you want to see the future, watch our show. No, I'm just kidding. Now, but all jokes aside, so here we are. This guy is suing Diddy for $5 million. I'm gonna say this, and we've been saying this for a while now, is that we do believe that Diddy is not, to use a specific word, kosher. it ain't nothing good about them. But one thing we do here at the Double Thought Show is a lot of objective breaking down, analyzing of situations. And one thing we said earlier as well is that with these lawsuits, the vultures will come out. People who wanna maybe get something, get their names out there for promotion, which is in this case, it seems like this more promotion for the book than actually him trying to sue to gain any justice or monetary repayment. You have people who are telling lies. I think we broke this down already in the past. I think we did. Yes, you have people who will lie, people who will tell the truth, and people who will use the situation to see how far they can get.
Yeah.
And this seems like the last one. This is just, let's see what we can get out of it. I have a book out telling a story. The story is a very entertaining story. He was chased like at least for 30 minutes through whole inner city of New York in the 90s at 1 o'clock. He was driving on the road, then on the sidewalk, on the road again. It was a wild chase. I don't know if back then you could do that, but hey, I was just a baby back then. Not that baby, but
Yeah.
not that young, but hey. This is what it is. But this is the thing, right? And this is such a bad look on accusers, because people like this will harm the case, or at least the public case against Diddy. People will say, you see that? That's a money grabber. That's a someone who's gonna tell any story just to promote the book. And people who were really hurt in that situations will be not believed. That's the disadvantage of these situations. RJ.
Yeah. Uh, but I think we do live in an era that people don't care about those things. They don't care about legitimacy. It's about the come up.
They do.
They like the drama. People like drama. People like
It's a good story.
the yeah. So it's like great. Now is the time. They don't care whether or not, I mean, what do they have? What do they stand to lose? That's basically what I think is going through their mind. This is the iron is hot, so it's time to strike. Get it? You need to strike here because the iron is hot. But man. But no, all jokes aside. So I don't think people really. So you have two sides, right? You have the writer who doesn't care, the victim slash writer, and you have the news anchor who doesn't care either because it's good for the
And
news.
it's good for the ratings.
So it's all the whole infrastructure, so the infrastructure, so the media infrastructure right now is geared towards drama. So whether it's
Sensation.
right or wrong doesn't matter. Do you think though? I mean, the news anchor probably thought the same thing as I did. Sir, you didn't answer my question. Is she going to stop? Is she going to remind him? No, she's not, because she knows that it's about the rating.
Let's talk about the rating, because there is a story out there, and I'm gonna play the audio because I don't know if the guys from No Jumper actually strike people, so I'm gonna only play the audio. This is Lexington Steele. For those who don't know, he's a corn star, male corn star, and he's gonna tell this story about Diddy.
And my assistant, one of one of my managers came over to me and was like, yo, I think you want to talk to this person. And I'm like, okay, give me a second. I'm, because of one of my fans, I forward my fans as much time as I can, So I look over there and it's P. Diddy. And Diddy is sitting there. He was just chilling. He wasn't like he had sunglasses on, had a bad boy varsity jacket on, black with the white sleeves, had the big, dark sunglasses on. And but he sat there patiently with his hands together right there on the counter. It was so cool because you could tell he was like, yo, bro is over there. He knew what it is to appreciate a fan, and he didn't want to interrupt my time with the fan, even though one of the guys that worked for me was willing to pull me away from some random person to speak. So I, that was the one time that I've ever met Diddy. And am I aware of the stuff that he was doing? Have I been aware of it? A lot of the stuff is as much news to me as it is
right
to everybody else.
And now that we've heard stories about him and men, it kind of makes you feel like, wow, maybe his appreciation for you went a little deeper.
This guy always goes a bit weird. RJ, what would be the perfect headline for a story like this?
And repeat the question.
What would you heard the story? He's telling a
Yeah.
story of how we met Diddy. What would be a perfect headline for a story like this?
So the fact that you're asking me the fact that you're asking me this question already tells me that there's a effery behind it. So let me see to what extent my
Guys, let us know in the comments what you think about what would be the perfect headline for this story you just heard. It's just a regular story. There's nothing there. There's literally nothing there. He could have just not tell the story and we would have been going on our days like nothing happened, because he just told the story that Diddy was standing there waiting for him to finish a conversation with another fan.
something to the extent of did he try to recruit him or something? I'm guessing is what they went with.
That's a bit next level. It's not that bad. Not that bad. Come on. This is the headline that Daily Mail had, dailymail.uk. I heard nothing about creepy meet and greet.
No.
So this is the thing. This is the
The only
thing
thing creepy. The only thing creepy was the question Adam asked.
the question after. Yo, that was crazy. Now Adam always asks crazy questions. But I mean, this is the thing, right? And like I said before, we always try to analyze things as objective as possible, because we do acknowledge that the fact Diddy is a POS for what he did to Cassie.
Yeah.
And whatever story his friends come and tell that he was hurt about that, yeah, he was hurt about the leak, not when it happened.
Yeah.
But
Feeling
one
of
thing you
guilt?
can also say is that reporting something just for hits and likes, I mean, come on, man. We're better than that. We should be better than that. RJ.
Yeah, we have people who are. We have the feeling of guilt and the feeling of shame, right? And guilt when you really feel bad about something you did. I think that is feeling more ashamed that people found out.
Who he
So
was.
when people start crying, when they get caught doing something they weren't supposed to, and they start crying, are they crying out of guilt or shame? Because not all tears are the same. Not all tears are created equal.
All tears matters.
KaiR, some might say we're laughing too much at serious ish, but okay.
I think we responded quite.
Yeah.
I mean, respectfully. I mean, it's good feedback. Maybe we are laughing a bit too much at serious things, but
But he
Um,
was trolling. Anyway, yeah, that's move
he
on.
was trolling. Come on, man. We like cut us a break. We gotta talk about it later as well in the
Yeah,
comments.
yeah,
So,
okay, okay. Yeah, okay.
but yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Creepy. Someone will read this and say, "Oh, do you remember the time?" And this is the problem with a lot of people. Majority of the people don't read stories. They don't know what they're talking about. They just
Just the
read
headline.
the headlines, and then they go tell the story about how Diddy met Lexington Steele and he tried to pipe him. Crazy story. They make this stuff up by the second, and all these stories start living their own lives. So you gotta be very careful and read the stories and understand what you're actually reading. Because yeah, the accuser, the $5 million accuser, I'm gonna go back to that. That's a crazy story, but I don't think that's going anywhere. Good promotion for his book. He might sell two books more, maybe three books more. Maybe he'll record a documentary, a 10-minute documentary. He can show us where he drove, where he went on the where he almost crashed the car because it was a crazy. The way he described that situation, it's a crazy one.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this. Did he do it? Did he not? Will he get out? He's also fighting for bail right now. People are saying he's running the jails. According to prosecutors, he's running the jails. He has a cell phone which he uses to communicate to the outside world. That's according to the prosecutors. Last time we believed prosecutors, the alleged person who was being accused of things is now at home and doing 24 parole for 25 years. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. They're not the feds. They're not the feds. It's local police, local DA Atlanta. Well, it's 25 years, right? How many years? 15. It's 15. It's 15 years probation. Come on, man. But all
Right,
jokes aside,
the 20 something year sentence, I believe, right?
Doug had, I think, was it 15 years of probation or 25 years?
No, no, no.
15. I think it was 15.
Hey,
If you get
anything over
sentenced,
2 years is a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's almost impossible, man.
Yeah. Especially if you have Twitter fingers.
Yeah, that's a wild one. But according to
X fingers.
prosecutors, Diddy is running jail now. So this is where we are. Who would have thought that in 2024, if you would have told someone in maybe the 2001, tell them that Diddy would be running running the jails in
I'll
New
tell you
York.
one thing. I'll tell you one thing, KR. If they go in the jail for the documentary, when the documentary comes out, it'll just be one big video clip. It's gonna be like people dancing 1 hour long. So, hey man,
I think this.
it is what it is.
It is what it is, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think about this story. Did he do it or did he not? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'll be picking the best one, like we always do, to feature in one of our future videos. So make sure you share the hottest take, RJ.
Yes, guys. As KR said, we will be highlighting the best comments. So if you have a hot take, let us know. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates. As you know, here on the Double Thought Show, we talk about different stories in which we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. So, as we always say, from the bottom of our hearts, we really appreciate your support. We make a lot of jokes, but we're serious guys as well. So if you appreciate us, remember to again hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.
We are as serious as an NFL ref with a whistle, whistling a Chief game.
Face mask.
We don't see anything. The thought of the week. Big shout out. They don't see anything when it's involving the superstar of the NFL. The thought of the week. We always have a comment which we cover, and this week we are taking a couple of comments from a show we dropped exactly a week ago. The Baby Oil Saga, Baby Oil Madness, part of the Baby Oil Madness series, which we have.
It's crazy stuff. It's
The Baby Oil Madness, Baby Oil Smackdown. Ray J pressured by Diddy's sons after he said this, and more wild Diddy lawsuits. I'll start with the first responder. Breeze guys are morons. I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'm not sure if he was trying to say these guys or was he trying to say something else. Is it breezy out here? Is he trying to talk in big blood code talk? I don't know.
I'll just say
But
this.
if this is supposed to be this or these guys are morons. Make sure, guys, when you put your comments in and call someone a moron, that you don't make simple mistakes like this. Because then you're the moron.
I'll just say this. He says Breeze guys are morons, right? I have 2 words. Only 2 words. Breeze nuts. Let's continue.
This is why the next person said that we're not serious. Jackson reaction. Shout out to her. First of all, you laugh too much. Yeah, you have to laugh at situations. Shout out to her. She wrote a pretty good, interesting statement. Thanks for the feedback, Jackson. Jackson reactions. We sometimes here at the Double Touch Show, we like to keep the stories. The stories can be heavy, so we try to keep it light by making a couple of jokes, laughing a bit. I mean, telling people breeze nuts. I mean, gotta keep it light. You know how depressing it would be if we were sitting here and talking about Diddy going ham on people's asses?
Oh man. Shut up, man. Shut up.
We're laughing again. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh,
You might
man.
be right. Jackson, you're right. You're right. We laugh too much here at the Double Dog Show.
man.
You're right.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see us laugh more often.
Yeah. Guys,
Ajay.
we're going to have event. So it's in the works already to have our own, so a different platform, where we have more flexibility to be more open and to talk more freely. So we'll keep you up to date. But yeah, when you're on other people's platform, you need to respect the rules. So it is what it is. We're running a business as well. So in any case, we appreciate your support.
Yes, and to the Diddy sons, please don't run up. Please don't run up. Please don't run up. I know karate, boy.
They know crazy.
They do know. Let's go to the Reddit story.
KaiR, wait,
You
wait,
always have
before
to
the
wait for
Reddit.
it.
This Reddit is gonna be short. So it's gonna be a short one. But before we do that, I just allow me the honors one more time.
I'll wait. I'll wait. Dun, 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 dun. You're gonna get me beat up, man. You're gonna get me beat up. This is why, guys, if you oh man. You gotta get us beat up. This is why, guys, if you're thinking, go watch Monday's show. Monday's show had and this is during the show, he got called by his security to make
Yeah.
sure he's safe. Go check it
I
out.
got called. I got
Yes,
called
he,
by my
he,
security.
that guy right there. That guy right there.
This guy.
But now I need to watch my back because he's out here claiming that this is how. Can you show it again? This is how the Diddy's sons will run up on people, on us, on rape.
This is KR. This is what it's like in the prison right now.
They're ruining our mistakes now. Now I need to walk around with a baton. Going down in the prison.
Guys, go check out.
Guys,
Go check out that show.
I'll say this. I'll say this. Don't be walking with perms in prison. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't. Please don't. Then it will be the least of your problems if you do that. Again, Jackson might
There-
be right.
They'll ask you more than simply if they can eat your cornbread. They're gonna ask a bit more.
Oh, they're gonna take the cornbread.
Oh my god. This is serious, guys. Sorry, this is a serious matter. We're trying to be more serious.
RJ, let's roll the Reddit story out because we keep improvising out here. It's gonna get even worse. We keep going down the
Guys, this really-
we're going down the path right here. Might get us banned from LA or Miami.
Yeah.
I need to go to Miami, my man. I need to make business moves.
Yeah.
If I get booked by a podcast that's tanking right now, I need to be able to show up. Look at him. This is a lawyer. He's trying to hold his laugh.
Oh man.
I didn't say the name of the podcast. There are a lot of
We
podcasts
all know.
in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Reddit. Today's Reddit. This is a short
What
one,
it rhymes
KR,
with?
of course.
I'm just kidding. No, don't let me go in my bag when I start. RJ, you should know that once I start, I cannot stop. Take it over. I'll
Yeah. There's a reason. So this is for the audience. We're gonna talk in this Reddit. We're gonna story. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about. I don't know if it's him or me, but I'll just proceed. We're gonna talk about a man who caught his wife cheating. So, story goes as follows. Oops. Let me do it like this. Quick switch. The story goes as follows. So was it? I went away.
me.
All right, go. Usually it's me, so usually it's on my end. Yeah. So the story
Then
goes
he
as
started
follows.
haunting me. That's how it
What?
starts. Then he starts on haunting me. That's how it starts. Cutting out the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. You might think this is Equatorial Guinea, but okay. I caught my
I have
wife.
to find something to protect myself with.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start.
And I was just about to say this here, because in this Reddit segment, we're going to talk about a man who caught his wife cheating. And this is a very short segment, as I previously said.
Ooh,
But
spicy.
just for our audience to know, and those of you who are already here with us for a long time, you know it already. There's a reason why we try to keep some kind of a loose. I'm not gonna call it a script, but we have like talking points, right? Because if we just go live and or we press record and talk, it's we're the humor, because we like making jokes. The jokes for certain will get us in trouble. So what we're doing right now is trying to keep it focused. But again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell icon. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Comment, because the best comment will get highlighted. But most importantly, remember as well that we are also building a separate platform where we'll have more freedom to really speak our mind. So if you're interested in that, please remember to stay connected and keep following us. But in today's Reddit segment, man caught wife cheating. Now he's asking what to do. A 52-year-old KR man.
Okay. And the wife?
52. 52. The wife's age isn't mentioned. I recently found she has a boyfriend for some time and has been doing a very sloppy job of hiding it.
That's not how it works, boy. It's not how it works.
No.
Continue. She wants you
I'm
to-
wondering, because if I am an attorney, so wording needs to be specific, right? In writing. So my question is, before I proceed, what does he mean with doing a very sloppy job? Anyway, I didn't want to believe it at first. I caught the man coming over at 3:30 a.m. last Saturday. This is why I was not at home. I wanted to forgive her.
This
I'm
is
having trouble doing so now.
my man.
I came back home for our son's birthday and stayed the night twice. As soon as I went to work, guess who was back over at my house? We also have a daughter. I hate what is happening to my children. I don't know what to do anymore.
Is this it?
That's it.
I feel like
That's-
Tony Yayo right now.
I told you it's a short one.
I feel like Tony Yayo, his meme. What are we
That is a
doing,
wrap.
man? What are we doing out here? First of all, she's not doing a sloppy job. Well, she's doing a sloppy job, but not the sloppy job you think she's doing.
I wouldn't kiss her if I were you.
Definitely don't do it unless you're into
Come on, move.
that kind of life. You know, there are people out there. We
They
have
like-
we have to be open-minded. Of course, they're trying to ask us all to be open-minded.
Yeah.
Open brain surgeries out here. But she's not doing a sloppy job. She wants you to find out. She wants you to be tortured by the idea that is happening. The solution. So maybe this guy is in a lose-lose situation. He's not probably maybe doesn't have his finances together, or he I don't know what the reason is. Because the solution is quite easy. It's straightforward. The only problem is probably the kids. But you gotta ask yourself. I think we talked about this in the past as well. You gotta ask yourself: is it worth it for the kids to have two people together that are miserable, or just only one?
Yep.
Because staying together for the kids, yeah, I don't think that usually doesn't work. I happen to see, oh my god, I think I sent you that video as well of how a kid responds, a kid who's normal, response. They created test environments. A kid, they gave a task to a kid. The kid performs the task easily. The second test subject is, what does the kid do after him witnessing a clash, a fight between two people, not even the parents, just two people against the one who's giving the instructions and another person who walked into the room. They staged the clash, and the kid lost all sense of instructions. He didn't follow any instructions anymore.
Wow.
So this is the psyche that plays into this. People don't realize that. The parents fighting, it's better sometimes to break up. Live your life. It seems like you're having a miserable time. The fact you're thinking about forgiving her without even talking about the whole situation, it seems like you haven't have had any sloppy from her for a while. So you're in a what is the movie from Peel?
Get Out.
Get Out. You what's the state that they were calling it? A sunken place. You're in a sunken place, man. And I'm not to sound like these guys out here who are creating podcasts and acting Fugazi on it. We're acting Fugazi on it. You have to make a choice a lot of times. And I think a lot of men enter and we've talked about this with divorces, but that's why we cover a lot of things, so we can always grasp when we need to, because we've explained certain concepts already. You have to protect yourself at all times. First of all, one thing we've talked about early Double Thought shows, prenuptials. At least protect yourself. It's not a foolproof solution, but if you want to marry, make sure you have a prenup. It's like people are saying it's insurance. The problem with insurance is, at the end of the road, you pay for a lot without, if you don't get in a crash, you don't use it. It's more like a safety belt. So when you enter the car, you put on your safety belt just to make sure that when you arrive at the second, or you crash your car, you're still strapped in, instead of flying into the front windshield and meeting your maker. You have to have a prenup. You have to vet the person who you want to be with. The concept of chasing is a funny concept, but it's always has been a funny concept to me. But we can talk about this in another show, right? But all these things are playing. The guy is, you can clearly hear just by you reading he's lost it. As in confidence 0.0. He doesn't know what to do. He's asking questions. He's talking about, first thing that came to mind was forgiving her. I mean, come on, man. Let's be honest out here. You have to just, first of all, don't go to couples therapy. That's not gonna work. Just leave and figure it out later, because I don't think that's gonna work. What you want to do, I know what he wants to do. I don't think it's gonna work. RJ.
He says that she's been doing a very sloppy job of hiding it. I think that she wasn't trying to hide it.
Women don't do that.
And if she's not trying to hide it, that means she's over you. She doesn't respect you. Whatever happened, because this is not the whole story, it's like a very short story. We don't have a lot of information. But usually women are better at it than men. So if she's doing a very sloppy job and bringing the boyfriend around with the kids, that means I think it's more complicated than what he's saying. Now, again, if you want advice, that's what I always tell my clients. The more information I have, the more tailor made my advice can be.
Yeah.
That's why, as an attorney, what you like is when you have clients who don't simply accept what you say, but they're critical as well. And they'll say, "But what about this? But what about that?" No, but a bit critical, but also they keep talking, because sometimes you will say something that you think is important. I will react, and then the client will say, "No, no, this isn't like that," or, "But you also need to take into account that." And that's how it usually goes, right? So it's a back and forth, back and forth. Hey, here it's just one very short story. You're not at home. I don't know. I guess you work abroad or you don't work in the state or whatever. But if a woman can, if your wife can have a boyfriend at home, then that means something. I mean, it's gone. It's over. You just need to make the step and move on. And I do agree with you, KR. I think there are worse things than divorce. And I think the worst thing for the kids in this instance is to see their father like that, in that position, while their mother is getting her back blown out. A dad who's coming around asking questions, what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. I mean, hey,
Just a simple fact, and something you said in the beginning as well, right? Men don't make these mistakes. A lot of times, women try to push men to break up with them, so they have the possible deniability aspect, and you have to recognize it. I hear it's clear that she's trying to make you break up with her. She can say, "He broke up with me. He broke the divorce." Sometimes you just have to call it, man. And I don't have nothing. I mean, this is how people operate. I don't have any quarrels or any. I don't think bad of anyone who operates that way. It's just how people operate. And the thing is, in order to make sane decisions, to have a sane game plan, you have to know how people operate, and so you can know what you have to do. It's the same with some narcissist, some narcissistic men, how they operate. You have to know how they operate, and then it's easy.
yeah, but no,
So
it's
people might say, "Yeah, who hurt you?" I mean, come on, man. It's easy to say that, but you have to just, if you know how people operate, you know how to act according, and you can see what is coming. A lot of times, people don't know what is coming because they don't have their eyes open. They're just plugging away at life without any awareness. Anyway,
yeah. I think let me just go through the top comments. Blurry Faso, who has the top comment, says, to the question, "I don't know what to do anymore." Hello, divorce. Like,
come on, man.
Bat Flap says, "The effect of the divorce on your children rests purely on her, not you. Staying with her will teach your kids that this behavior is normal in a marriage, which isn't." Sweet Sunset Serenity says, "She's shown exactly where her priorities lie, and it's not with you or your family. It's tough, but you've got to stop making excuses for her. If she's sneaking around and disrespecting your trust, it's time to take control of the situation. You deserve loyalty, and your kids deserve a stable home. Don't waste your energy trying to fix someone who clearly doesn't care. It might sting, but sometimes the best thing for everyone is to walk away from a toxic situation." And last but not least, CBCT 360 says, "This cannot work. I think the only option is gonna have to be a divorce. She's very clearly self-serving, and you can't change someone like this. It's not fair to you or your kids." How old are the babies, by the way? 12 and 16. So it's hey, it's a lost cause, guys. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. Do you think that he should try to fixing the marriage, or do you think that he should just leave the marriage? He should get a divorce, or is there something else or not? thinking of? Please let us know in the comment section down below. Remember that the best comments and the hottest takes will get mentioned in a future show. So if you have a hot take, let us know in the comments section. Also, thank you for your support. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos on trending topics in which we discuss uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. That was at the top of my head. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Remember to, well, keep watching, keep supporting, and keep the conversation going in the comment section down below. KR.
Yes, I'm gonna pull Audible right now because I mean these topics of we are at Double Trouble. We like to give you guys the tools to make it in life and to think and understand a lot of stuff. So here's the video which I was referring to a second ago, a couple of seconds ago, couple of minutes ago. Fair use. Shout out to Mid Inspiration. So this is the situation.
Here's an incredible study by the University of Washington that demonstrates how an argument between two adults affects a 15-month-old. The scene starts with a safe interaction. Notice how he's following commands, he's exploring, he's fully engaged, fully interactive during the experience. Now, a new adult enters the room, setting the scene for a negative interaction.
That's aggravating. That's so annoying.
Oh, I thought it was really interesting.
Well, that's just your opinion. It's aggravating.
Watch how his behavior's changed. He's not able to be present with the toys. He's hesitant, guarded, and cautious. Children are hyper aware of all the environmental changes that occur around them, and it shapes their own behavior when they listen and watch the emotional reaction of adults. When parents fight or if family violence is common, children are more likely to be aggressive, withdrawn, or quiet. This disruption in the developmental course might help to explain why these children are at higher risk for behavioral disorders like ADHD, depression, anxiety, and bipolar. Important inspiration to encourage positive, loving, and nurturing environments.
All you need to know. All you need to know.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a change in the podcast because today we're not gonna look anymore at the Shine Diddy story. We're gonna skip to Shine and Diddy and go straight to Meek Mill.
Yeah. Okay.
Meek Mill, yes. You gotta ask yourself why Meek Mill now? All of a sudden, because this is
why Meek Mill?
Diddy was big friends with Meek.
Okay.
Is Meek Mill a weirdo for saying this? I don't know if you guys saw it earlier last week, but Meek Mill was out in Philly in the streets. He was outside, and a fan caught him. A fan caught him saying this. Fair use.
We outside, what's up?
Yeah, y'all already know how we playing out this motherfucker. This real life.
Real life
yeah,
shit.
Nigga, no Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me. You
Talk
heard?
that shit, Meek. Yeah, Meek.
You're gonna check it out again.
We outside, what's up?
Yeah, y'all already know how we playing out this motherfucker. This real life.
Real life
yeah,
shit.
Nigga, no Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me. You
Talk
heard?
that shit, Meek. Yeah, Meek.
No Diddy gang Meek Mill is what he said?
He said no Diddy gang Meek Mill.
No Diddy gang Meek Mill.
Yes.
Here.
He's
So
no
Diddy gang.
Yeah, he's no Diddy. He's no Diddy.
Oh.
This is the same man.
Yeah.
What's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
The same man who was wearing matching suits, going out with this man, hanging out. And there's nothing wrong with hanging out with your friends, but to be this type of person is almost, if you're close with someone, you don't have to throw them under the bus because your name is going around. Because we all know what the stories were around Diddy and Meek. But now you're trying to throw Diddy under the bus just to save your own ass. You're on mute.
Said literally and figuratively. But KR, I have a question.
Yeah.
And okay, let me just a disclaimer. This is a sincere question. I smile a lot, but this is like a sincere question.
I'm so sincere. Sounds like Jay-Z.
Is there such a thing as a born again no Diddy?
He's probably the first one.
I mean, we know born again virgins. So
Maybe him meeting. I'll show you this one, RJ. You tell me what this actually means. Look at what it says down below.
shaking my head, and that's who sent it. Prince JDC.
Oh, you gotta ask yourself, who the heck is Prince JDC?
Is that J Prince?
Who the heck is Prince JDC?
It's not J Prince.
It's worse than J Prince.
Oh,
Meek Mill's about to get the beats
maybe that.
by Dre.
Maybe that's what he wanted. He missed Diddy
Oh.
calling him daddy.
Trying to get yo. I might have to get 3 security after this one. We're trying to get Meek. We're trying to throw RJ. You don't get the sign. We're trying to throw Meek under the bus so we don't get the beats.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to put us again in front of the bus. Let's throw Meek together under the bus.
I gave a disclaimer.
One who's getting beat
Yeah.
up.
I gave a disclaimer beforehand though, so I think we're good. I think we're good.
No, I'm just kidding. But nah, man, this is
The
how
last thing that I want, KR, and just
RJ. RJ.
yo,
That's also RJ, but it's Ray J.
yeah.
That's how they caught Ray J.
Yeah. I'll just say this, KR. I just want to be clear. That's why I said I try to be respectful, so I just gave my opinion. The last thing is that I want is this.
What you gonna do when someone runs up on you with a perm? You can you better run because that person's gonna beat you up. That's all I'll say. Hey, Meek, you better watch out there. These boys will run up on you.
Yeah.
They will run up on you. Don't think you're out here talking no dirty stuff. You've been a. This is not how you treat your friends. You don't have to. Again, I don't think it's right. You've been a longtime friend with this guy. You've been hanging around him. You've done some freak off stuff. I don't know. Maybe you weren't invited to the freak off. I don't know. But it's a friend. You've been hanging out with him a lot of years, and now you're talking about no Diddy. You think you're funny? That's why the son put the SMH on there, man. RJ.
Yeah. I think for a guy who was popping his booty in Diddy's swimming pool, a little bit more loyalty.
At least.
I mean, we're not saying approve of what he was doing.
No.
But you could have also said no homo. Why did you go no Diddy?
Then and not only that, he said no Diddy gang. So it's a gang and
Yeah.
gang of people that are no Diddies.
Yeah.
Nah,
Born
but
again, no Diddy.
born again, dude. Nah, but that's that's the show topics for today, man. That's the fun. Let's go to the guys. Let us know in the comments what you think about this. Do you think it's the right thing to do from Meek Mill throwing Diddy under the bus like this? Should you stand by your friend to thick and thin, or when it gets thin, you just shut your mouth, or you do the opposite, you start throwing him under the bus? Which one is your default setting? Let us know in the comments. The best comment will be picked out to be featured in one of our future videos. Make sure you share your hardest take. Ajay.
Yes, as you said, KR, we will be highlighting some of the best comments in our next video. So if you have a hot take, let us know. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go to the short thought. Today, as we always have, we discuss in the short thought short responses on commonplace situations and trending news. Today, we have a really interesting story. I made a joke about it. No Fugazee Podcast crashed and burned. Gotta ask yourself, what is No Fugazee? Well, No Fugazee is let's call it a red pill kind of podcast. It seems like the red pill guys are having a bit of a problem this year. Seems like they're getting exposed left and right a little bit. Let's take a look at this video. And some of you might recognize the face. You might recognize the face. Another crash out. Fair use.
And I'm black. Single moms, recreational use only. Recreational use only.
Not a single mom of two.
That's why he talked the way he talked.
Shout out Benny Ray for the investigative journalism.
As a single mother, do you believe you deserve a man in the top percentile?
Now I know what you're thinking. You're the single mom guy. Check me out. I never once told you not to date a single mom. I never said any of that, but this nigga.
Recreational use only.
So you got with a single mom of two, gave her a baby, and she's pregnant again. Not to mention, since we got a little mixed baby here, we're gonna see which Santa he chooses. We got a black Santa, and I have the white one.
Cringy interracial couple content.
Recreational use only.
Seems to me as though
you're doing more than recreational use with her, buddy.
I could.
Looking crazy out here. There is this longer version of the video, which is from the original content creator, where he basically breaks it down a little bit.
Be careful about where y'all get y'all relationship.
Don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that. If you add that on,
that's why he said that. That's why he talked the way he talked. That's why he thinks he's a top tier man, because he's 6'4" and black. This is why he's the trinket. He's the fetish. But this is the dude that y'all follow, fellas. This is the rhetoric that y'all subscribe to from hypocrites. A black man playing stepdaddy to some white kids with a single mother who was a BBL Becky. Mind you, getting her knocked up because she's currently pregnant, not even married to her. They've been together since 2017 and has yet to put a ring on her finger.
Whoa.
I think everything is a proposal.
And darling, this is more than anything. So Christmas is around the corner, and since we got a little mixed baby here, we're gonna see which Santa he chooses.
That's crazy, by the way. This is crazy. Actually, making the kid choose which Santa they want. So wild content right here, but people like this type of content.
Santa, and I have the white one. and let's see which one he chooses. Same time, don't cheat. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Which one are you gonna pick?
Like all the boxes were checked. Cringy interracial couple content. She's begging to be proposed to. She's a single mother. All of these things that he tells you in clips like this.
As a single mother, do you believe you deserve a man in the top percentile?
Anyway, we get the point.
I'll tell you
Audrey.
this, Kara. Seems like the OGs are more. They can also lead you wrong, so don't get me wrong. But the OGs are they're different. You know, if you look at, I mean, the late great KS, that was like he was talking. He was misunderstood, I think, or people didn't want to understand them because he was saying he was pro marriage, but he was saying things that people didn't want to hear. But he was pro marriage. Other people are saying, you know, you shouldn't have kids with women. Others saying you shouldn't date women. So it ranges from cuckoo to crazy. But you have other people. I'm not gonna name them all, but you have other legit people. So, and the whole point is, it's one thing people forget here. You can have a great marketing and sales plan and team, but if you have a shitty product, people are so your reputation and your company is bound to crash, especially if you're not working on developing it correctly. Now, we all know the show in Miami. Where when you get in, they greet you by saying hi.
New times.
So they kept trying to escalate it, you know, crazier and more shocking and more shocking.
Yeah.
But a brand, you know, I'm and I believe you as well, a proponent of slow, and it's okay. So the reason where I'm getting at is that people, they're good at, you know, they have money, so they buy the studio, they pay for the studio, have good quality, they have a production team, they have an editing team, they can produce, but you can see something. So for example, KS wasn't saying you don't stand a chance.
No.
He was saying, as a single mother of 2 with 2 different baby daddies, you're less desirable than you would have been if you didn't have the 2 kids, for example.
Yeah.
But he wasn't saying don't go marry them. He was saying there are a lot of, you know, if you have a single woman with no kids, it's different. So he was saying harsh truths, but he was pro marriage. And so I think that it's very hypocritical. And everyone I saw, to be honest, everyone I've seen blow up very fast seem to encounter things like this. 2 channels who are still up, and I don't know the names, is the Heil one, but the white version.
Yeah.
They're still there. And there's this other guy, and I don't know his name, but he usually sits in a panel with a couple of women and he talks.
And there are multiple guys, right?
This one is one dude, I believe, but like with 2 women usually, or at least on the I see him on IG.
I see. I know which one you mean. The guy with the dreads, kind of.
Yeah, he has a cap on almost all the time. So.
Yeah, I know which
so
one.
He's always, but those are not like they spit facts, but they don't. You know, it's like slow. I'm sure he has his following, but it's just you need to keep making sounds. That's more important to me. So, in any case,
I think a lot of a lot of these podcasts, and this is a problem in general. It seems like they are the core is around um, making people feel smaller a lot of times. Um, I think what you hit the nail on the head. Where sometimes Kevin was saying the chances are smaller, slimmer. Make sure you are fit. How would they say fit? A
Fit,
couple of
feminine, friendly.
yeah, that. Um, if you want to make a chance, have a chance with high value men. But if you the problem comes, and that's something you see with a lot of these guys, they are taking points from other content creators that points that are clearly performing well. So for example, saying don't date single mothers. Not that I would say date single mothers, but I'm making the point. They say don't date single mothers because another podcast was saying it, and it had good hits. They say avoid women with, I'll give an example, women with tattoos and all those stuff. There's all these points, then people are checking out, oh, these points are making sense, let me copy it, copy paste and use it for my own platform. At the same time, they live a totally different life. But for example, this is a perfect example of that, where he's saying don't date single moms, but he's out here shooting clubs and shooting single moms clubs up.
Bunny hopping.
Well,
I don't know what's worse. Umar would say the bunny
that's
hopping.
Umar. I don't know, there's not an Umar channel, so nah, but yeah, and this is the thing, and the you know what's even more cringier is the responses I saw on this, RJ.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times in these shows, what they try to point out is the hypocrisy, and this is the shows, right? They are, first of all, I always think that, RJ, did you ever wonder why they are giving these people alcohol before these shows? It's a setup. It's a setup, but
I don't need to wonder it, KR.
hey, where is my
It's a trap.
it's a trap, but that anyway, that's another
Wouldn't let
talk
this
for
shit happen
another.
to me though.
Yeah, yeah. Don't drink before you go on these panels because they try to get you liquored up. So when you get hyped up, before you know it, you're standing outside because they get you out because you're a bit too hyped. But what I wanted to say was the following: they try to point out the hypocrisy of women in these shows. Um, but at the same time, when when they exposed this guy, they said I read all types of ways these guys were explaining what happened here. Like, why are you hating? Why are you gatekeeping? Well, not you, but the people who were posting this. Why are you sharing something now? A black man has a voice. Now you're trying to break him down. But just be consistent in what you're saying, what you're doing. That's the only thing. This is the problem with content creation, is that people live lives that are not theirs. Be yourself, man. If you are in love with a woman who has 2 kids, just be yourself. Because this is the thing. You build a brand around something you're not. And of course, what people always do when they hate certain messages, they try to expose you and they'll find something because you're not living who you are. It's that simple. I don't think it's that. You gotta keep it simple. The simpler you have, the more you have your life aligned um with your podcast or whatever content you're creating, the easier it will be on the long term. Also, when people are trying to criticize you, because they can never say you're not living what you're saying. They can never. RJ, what did I tell you about the early days of that podcast, what was the thing I told you about one of the guys that was on that podcast? Do you remember? About
Yeah, I think well, I don't know what time period you were talking about, but he was doing so he was doing so many things that went against what the podcast stood for.
Yeah.
And the other guy he would have called out any other person, but he didn't call him out. He was defending him all the time. Dude was on boats.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Getting
Do you?
supposedly getting people pregnant.
Do you? But don't claim you're. If you're a trick, admit that you're a trick and say you're a trick and live like a trick. Don't act like you're gaming girls and you're not doing it. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Yeah.
People are getting exposed left and right. And the thing is, some people are pretty good at exposing people. It is what it is. And if they hate you, they'll try to expose you.
For sure.
I'm curious when our time will come. Because if I get exposed, it's gonna be reverse reality for them. Anyway, yeah, let's see. But yeah, it is quite sad. I don't know if this podcast is crashing and burning right now, but or probably he'll do what you always say, RJ. Just keep posting.
Keep posting.
Just keep posting. Act like nothing happened.
Yeah. That's it.
Anything else to say?
Nothing else to say now.
Guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. Is no Fugazee podcast Fugazee? Or are they not Fugazee? Is Red Pill on the down? Everyone seems to be leaving that term behind. No one wants to be put together with a couple of guys that are called themselves Red Pill. Technically speaking, I know the Red Pill before it was the Red Pill, because Red Pill had nothing to do with women in the early days. That's the craziest part.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow, it found its way to be called. If you're Red Pill, you know about women, but that's not what Red Pill was initially. It always to do with the Matrix, but it is what it is. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this situation. The best comment will be chosen and will be highlighted next week in one of our future videos. Let us know your hottest take, and it will be mentioned. RJ.
Yes, as KaiR said, the hottest take will be mentioned. So make sure you comment. Let us know your thoughts and opinions as well. So not only commenting like bots, but also really share your thoughts and opinions. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to share the video with your friends, your family, and your enemies. Whatever your thoughts are, let us know. And I'm looking at the banner.
And you just, yeah, that's a question. I have one more in the chamber, but we can also say we wrap it up right here. I don't know.
Yeah, let's wrap it up and
okay, good.
I think it's a good place.
It's a good place. The Red Pill burning. Jesus.
The sunken place. Sorry guys, I'm a bit energy is a bit low. Let me pump it up.
He's watching.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for the support. Until next time. Peace.
This is the new dance. When you see Diddy songs, I'm getting ready for the Diddy Sun dance, man. Dance try to knock me out here, man.
Oh man.
They try to knock me out like Paul was trying to knock out Tyson. Yeah. Oh man.